From the offensive side of things, we have Huval, and from the defensive end, we have with us Justin Hamilton. We are going to start first with a fellow who's been a key anchor in our offensive line here, not only last year, but even this year moving forward. Stepping up to the podium, center of attention on the offensive line for the Raging Cajuns, Huval. We'll start with any questions we may have for Andre.
Andre, you go out and score first 8 times y'all touch the football. What kind of, how did that make y'all feel offensively?
It made us feel good. A lot of that's a credit to the defense. We started 4 or 5 times on their side of the 50. So when you have a great field position like that, you're going to come away with points. We weren't too excited about coming away with 4 field goals. We really wish we would have converted into touchdowns, and we're going to have to do that this week against Troy if we want to come out with a win.
After watching the film, what was the one thing you think you guys need to get better at up front?
A lot of us had a bunch of first game jitters. I think we kind of got those out of the way. We going into the game, we weren't too sure what Lamar was going to be in on defense. They had a new defense coordinator, so we were kind of going off word of mouth, film from last year, just kind of guessing. So I think we were a little bit unsure going into the game, and we didn't run the ball very well, or as well as we wanted to. I think we averaged like 4 yards a carry. But I think against Lamar, it should have been 7 or 8 yards a carry. So, we definitely need to improve in that aspect.
With Sun Belt play starting so soon, how ready do you guys feel for the first conference game?
I think we're pretty prepared. We played these guys last year, and they're still kind of a powerhouse in the Sun Belt. They had a down year last year, but it's going to be a tough match. We just got to come to practice this week, get in the film room, study these guys, and come out ready to play.
What about as a unit? Just how cohesive was it? Did you pick right up where you left off, or is there more to do?
I think we had a kind of a setback of what we expected. I thought we looked a lot better in camp as an offensive line. We're not too sure what will kind of happen, but we're definitely going to come back and get to work this week and try to improve on that against Troy, because we're going to have to run the ball a little bit better than we did if we want to be successful.
Was it just coming off the ball or communication? What was it up front?
I think after watching the film, we all looked kind of timid. I don't think none of us 5 came off the ball very well. I don't know. Like I said, I think that might have had to do with us being unsure of really what they were doing. They were kind of in some weird looks that we weren't really expecting. But I think we have a better idea of what Troy's going to do. We have 1 game this season. We have all their games last season. They're a really sound defense, so I think we're going to be pretty prepared for them.
Thinking about that Troy game last year, that was a fun game for you guys, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a big win. I can't remember the last time we beat Troy before that, and they were coming in hot, and we really came out and hit them in the mouth. We had some surprise onside kicks and little things like that, but we were relentless that whole game, and we just kept pounding them, and finally we came away with a win. So it was a very big win.
I understand they've kind of had the date circled for our
Yeah,
visit.
I think our coaches and their coaches kind of know each other from way back when, and over the summer our coaches have been telling us that that this is the only game they want on their schedule. They want revenge. I think they kind of think last year was an upset, and that's kind of a sore taste in our mouths, because we know it wasn't an upset. We were the better team, and we came out and proved it, and hopefully we can come out and do that again this week.
What kind of player is your teammate sitting behind us?
He's big, for one, but he's really explosive. Going against him in camp, the past 5 weeks, I think it really made me better as a player, because I don't know if I'll see a better nose guard. Even when we go to Florida and Oklahoma State, I really don't. He's just so explosive off the ball. He's really big, and he moves so well for someone his size. So I think, like I said, going against him in camp it made me a better player for sure.
Do you feel like his old rodeo days helps him on the football field?
Yeah, I guess it helps us balance a little bit.
Taking a look at Troy offensively, they were able
to get 3 rushing touchdowns, and we know what Corey Robinson can kind of do. That being said, the old adage, best defense is good offense. How important is, like you said, getting that running game going to where it's not just 3 or 4 yards and drive stalling. You're able to sustain long drives thanks to the run game.
Right. It's really important because, like I said, our defense, they really put the hammer down this game. They got us that good field position, so that's why we were able to come away with 40 points in the first half. So I don't think it was anything that we really did. Like I said, they kind of made that happen for us. But same thing with Troy. If their offense comes down and they start scoring us, we're gonna have to put up points. We're gonna have to match them, and they're really explosive. I have confidence in our defense to stop them, but they're naturally an explosive offense, and I think they showed that last week against UAB.
Can you describe your teammate, Ben Duhon?
Who's that?
Ben Duhon?
Oh, he's a great guy. He's probably one of the hardest workers on our team. Over the summer he was, he had extra hours all the time, put in extra work, lead the defensive line. Even if some of the guys get more snaps than him, he didn't care. He's still out there leading the defensive line, trying to make sure that they're doing the right thing, and just leading the unit.
When you hear the word walk-on as a college football player that's on scholarship, what comes to your mind?
They're another player too. They put in the same amount of work we do. They're here every day in the summer. They went through spring. They went through camp. They put in the same amount of work. It's just I guess they just weren't given the opportunity out of high school. But some of them come here and they prove. Because Ben's an example. He was a walk-on when he came here, but he worked hard, and the coaches saw that, and they rewarded him with a scholarship last year. So they put in the same work we do. So there's really no difference.
Any other questions for Andre? That's it.
Thank you.
As we noted earlier in our luncheon, our educators football team, specifically the defense, forced 4 first-half turnovers in the contest on Saturday. Our next speaker had a hand in 2 of those forced turnovers, forcing a pair of fumbles. Here to talk about his part in that game, and look ahead to match up with Troy, which starts Sun Belt Conference play on Saturday. On the defensive side of things, Justin Hamilton. Start with any questions you might have for Justin.
Obviously, you guys stress it all the time with the turnovers, but were you even surprised at how much you were able to come up with in that first half?
Yeah, in practice, coach stresses it. One of the plans to win is get turnovers. You win a turnover battle, you probably win the game. And we came out and we go to practice every day. We work on our turnover circuits every day. So practice on getting the ball out. So when they come down to the time and you got the chance in the game, it's automatic, it's an instinct.
As a defensive lineman, is that what you're going for first? Because the first one, you could definitely see you were fighting for the ball, and the second one, just like you tried to push the ball out. Is that what your first, when you see whoever has the ball, is that kind of your first instinct?
My first instinct as a defensive lineman is control my gap, because that's my job as part of the defense. And then after that is, if I can make the play, go make the play, and get the ball out. I got to secure the tackle first. Without the tackle, trying to get the ball out won't do you any good.
How about in terms of the first Sun Belt game? How prepared do you guys feel for it with just one under your belt now?
We feel like we're going to be pretty good prepared. We're going to go in this week, we're going to work hard, and we'll go out and compete against each other every day. We're going to try and make the offense better, and the offense, I know, going to make us better as they did the whole camp. So we're just going to have to come out and continue to do what we do at our education.
How much will it help facing us? Not necessarily the same offense, but a similar offense, shotgun, spread, that you have here that you'll face this weekend?
It'll help a little bit, but it's just mainly we got to go out and do as long as we do our assignments, we'll be in perfect position to do everything. So.
How important is it to get on the right foot with Sun Belt play, to get that first win under your belt and to kind of get things rolling?
It's real important because one of our goals as a team is to win the Sun Belt Conference Championship, but we can't do that until we handle the first game, which is Troy. So we got to get Troy out of the way before we can do anything.
Do you feel like having been in rodeos helps you as a football player at all?
I guess it does because it's our competition, and I like to compete. So every day I'm gonna go out and try to be the best. And whatever I do, when I grow up rodeoing, I always wanted to be the best. In football, I always want to be the best. So
How's the competition between you and Andre in practice made you better?
it's pretty intense. With a guy like Huval, I mean, I feel I can get better every day. So he gonna work me, I'm gonna work him. It's just great to have somebody like him to work with every day.
Talking about the rodeo, I think you had the horse collar penalty, but think you saw a steer there for a minute, or what was that about?
Nah, that was just spur of the moment, I guess.
Justin, you obviously had a great game. Playing alongside Cordian and some of those guys you're playing with, I mean, when you see those guys having a great game, does that kind of up your game as well? I mean, obviously, you just said your first responsibility is a gap control, and then after that, getting after the ball, finding the ball. But both of you guys seem to have fed off each other during that game, and both of you had good games.
Yeah, me and Corey Higgins, like, when I see him beside me, I know, like, well, I'm in good hands. Like, I can trust him beside me and all that. And I feel that when he makes plays, I get excited for him. I make plays excited for me, and we just feed off each other.
How would you describe your teammate, Ben Duhon?
Ben Duhon, that's one of my good friends. Ben's a real good guy. He's one of the hardest workers I know. Me and Ben went out in the end of a countless amount of time and worked together. He helped me a lot at like getting my game better. He's one of the guys that helped me as I came in as a freshman. And like Ben Duhon.
Any other questions for Justin? Good? All right, thank you, Justin.
Thank you, sir.
Well, with the help of the Cajun Nation and some of those who are watching this luncheon live here this afternoon, those who weathered the rain with us Saturday and helped give us a push to that first half surge in the 40-0 win over Lamar.